The usually bustling city of Douala remains empty. Several shops and stores are closed following weeks of protests across the country. Now, crowds of people throng the few open markets and form long queues at fuel stations, fearing potential shortages and further unrest.
I had already made some plans in advance. I bought some things for several days at home. I came just to see how things were going at the market and to complete what I needed at home.
We live day to day. If everything is paralyzed like this, where are we going? Because we have almost $1 of income per person to live a day.
For nearly 4 days, I haven't been working. You see, I'm in shorts because I got up in the morning as my child said they wanted to eat. And since we live day to day, it's only when we go out that the family gets to eat.
The election outcome, extending President Paul Biya's rule for another 7 years, has deepened tensions across Cameroon. The Constitutional Council declared the 92-year-old the winner on Monday with over 53% of the ballots. Issa Chiroma Bakari, the main challenger, insists he won the election and will not accept any other outcome, calling on his supporters to stay mobilized. Other opposition leaders say they want to see an independent investigation into the process, alleging widespread fraud, allegations the government has dismissed. Several people were killed in protests ahead of the announcement of the presidential election results. While the European Union has raised concern over the whole process, Biya's team blamed Bakari for the violence. Sophia Shimechero, CGTN.
Well, let's bring in Quain, a journalist based in Yaoundé. Welcome to the program. Thank you for joining us. Kim, how are things going on right now, and are protests still going on, and what has been the government's response?
Yes, thank you very much. I must say that the protests in Cameroon are ongoing, and when I say ongoing, I mean that at any point in time you can hear that one city or the other or one part of the country is actually experiencing street protests. Because, like you know, in Cameroon, there are no actually planned protests at a particular time. Like for now, where I'm currently in Yaoundé, things might be calm, but just in the next minute, you hear that the streets are actually alight. And government response has just been the same regular response they've been responding to other crises in Cameroon. It's been the regular ban of public gatherings. And I recall even the Interior Minister of Cameroon, Paul Biya, of recent, called on Cameroonians to go about their activities as normal during a press conference. And that's to tell you that they're belittling the fact that the protests are going on, while they continue in major cities, and at least 4 people have died, though those numbers might have already increased in some other places where sporadic ammunition has been used on the population protesting down the streets. So the response has been same: stop public gatherings and go about your activities as if nothing is happening. But Cameroonians are disgruntled about the outcome of the presidential elections. And so they take to the streets in moments where no one is expecting them to.
All right, you said a lot of people are disgruntled, and as we know, a lot of people in Douala are turning to panic buying. What would you say their fear is?
Yes, it's but normal for people in Douala, the economic capital, to rush to panic buying. You know, Douala is the economic hub of Cameroon, and it is one of those cities in Cameroon where life runs 24 hours on 7. It means that for the entire day, you can never find the streets of Douala actually closed. But I tell you that for the past 2 days or the past 3 days since the declaration of the election results in Cameroon, that has resulted in protests, and Douala being one of the hardest hit with those street protests, I tell you that streets were empty yesterday. And so you as a city dweller living in Douala, you've been in Douala. I recall one inhabitant of Douala was saying that for the past 8 years that she has lived in Douala, she has never seen an empty street in Douala. Now, when you find streets that are empty and people are not going about their activities, it tells you that they're in their homes. And being at home means that you have to be eating. Now, if you're eating and there's no food at home, then definitely you have to panic buy. You need to rush to get food because you don't know whether the supplies may be out of stock in the days ahead or not. And so that's the reason why people in Douala are actually rushing to bakeries. They have to queue up in long queues to secure bread at least, because they know that the more they stay at home, their supplies will run out. Cameroonians have the culture of buying food probably just when they need it. They go to the markets in the morning to buy and then come and cook probably for lunch, supper, and the rest. But now with the current situation, you should have to stock food in your home because you don't know when next the markets may not open again. As of yesterday, streets and some public places were totally shut down. They were closed, which means people should panic buy because they have to survive while the unrest is going on.
All right.